my name is Tina Eden, and I'm a SAT and ACT test prep instructor for Boulder Valley School District's Lifelong Learning program. I've been teaching these courses for 11 years now through the district, and prior to that I taught them in Arizona for 3 years back in the 90s. My background is as a high school math teacher. I've also taught online classes, done a lot of private tutoring, and worked in education now for a total of 30 years. So we offer two different types of classes. We have a large group class that we will enroll up to 20 students, and it meets for 10 hours. And then we have a small group intensive class that enrolls only 8 students, maximum of 8 students, for 13 hours. Both classes cover the entire test. One of the big differences between the small group intensive class is that we also go over the essay writing portion of the test, and students will write a timed essay in class. Whether or not you know it, but you've actually been preparing for this test since you were in elementary school. You have a lot of the knowledge for the test questions that you've been learning in elementary, middle, and high school. But then when you take our test prep class, you're also going to be given ideas on how to manage that test, how to take control of it, so that you know which questions you're going to skip over, which ones you're going to spend time on. So test anxiety comes up with pretty much everyone. No one is looking forward to going into that test. However, if you've been preparing, you are ready to go on test day. You're going to be taking mini tests in our class. You're going to be preparing outside of class. You're going to be attending the class. This material is going to become boring to you, and you're not going to be anxious anymore. You're going to be prepared.
Hi everybody, I'm Marco DeGaetano, and I'm an instructor for Lifelong Learning here at Boulder Valley School District. I work primarily with SAT and ACT test prep, but I also teach classes in how to write a college application essay. I've studied in Italy, Germany, England, and the United States. I have degrees from Harvard, Chicago, and University of Colorado Law School. I worked at Harvard Med, University of Chicago Medical School, CU Boulder. There's 4 parts to the SAT. There's a reading part, a writing part, 2 math parts, and an essay part. Which one of those parts are you weakest on? Which one are you strongest on? You don't want to think that the SAT is trying to trick you. Some of my students actually tell me that. They're trying to trick me. No, they're trying to give you clues that will show you what the problem is about and what methods you need to use to attack it. So they're actually designed to speed you up.
Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm one of the instructors for the SAT and ACT program at Lifelong Learning. I started getting interested in test prep when I was a student, and I was able to do fairly well on the test without studying too much. And that helped me get into college without having to be like a star athlete or have a 4.0 GPA. So that kind of made me realize the importance and the power of these standardized tests when we were applying to college. I have a degree in physics from CU Boulder, but I also do some writing and other things on the side, so I'm fairly well-rounded as a science teacher, a math teacher, a writing teacher, a writer myself. So that kind of, along with the test-taking skills, qualifies me in a fairly unique way to go over all aspects of the SAT and ACT. I often like to break up the kind of granular and difficult content and actual test-taking logic with just little moments of levity, and I throw in some brain teasers to make sure they're thinking, but to do something that's more enjoyable than math problems here and there. So we try not to make too much of a stretch where they're not kind of changing gears and doing something different to keep them engaged and awake. Knowing the material is helpful, obviously, but the test, even though it's changed over the years and is becoming a lot more like academic curriculum, still has elements of logic and an IQ test kind of built in, because that's the bones of the test. You can do math problems that you've seen 1,000 times, but can you do it if I change it slightly? A lot of people can't. That's why you need to be able to get the test-taking strategies and kind of be aware of how they ask you certain things, how you can apply your skills to the material.